Page 7 of our final exam review in our Algebra 2 class. We actually did number 33 last video on page 6. And again, all you have to do that is to go to your math button, go down to the log base. I could even do it again. It only takes a few seconds. Type in a base of 3, go over here to 30, and you pretty much get your answer almost immediately. So it's about 3.0959. I wrote about 3.1. Let's take a look at number 34. As we solve for x, let's get rid of that 2. Remember, logs and exponents are inverses of each other. I'm going to take the log base 2 of both sides. Now the reason why is because the log base 2 of 2 to the x will just cancel out to an x. And right now we're right back to what we just did a moment ago. We're going to use our log button, and again that's pressing math, come all the way down here to letter A, have a base of 2, type in a 15, hit enter, and you get roughly about 3.9. Okay, let's take a look at number 35. And we have a hint here for you as well. For this hint, we're going to be able to get a base of 2 on both sides. And as we do this, look at 4. That's really 2 squared. And this is x plus 2. 8 is really 2 to the third. And powers to powers will get multiplied together. So we'll get 2x plus 4. On the right side, I'm going to multiply powers to powers. I will get 6x minus 6. And now I'm saying 2 to a power equals 2 to a power. The only way that's possible is if those two powers are in fact the same. So I have 2x plus 4 is equal to 6x minus 6. I'll subtract a 2x from both sides. 6x minus 2x is 4x. Then I'll add a 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. And then you're going to divide, and of course as you divide, you very well could get a decimal or a fraction. Now as a fraction, we'd divide out a 2, you'd get 5 over 2. As a decimal, if you type that in, you'd get 2.5. For number 36, this is solving a log equation. First, notice we have an addition, and that means we can combine our two logs and multiply a 10x times x minus 3 and set that equal to 2. That's condensing. And then we can multiply. We'd get 10x times x is 10x squared. 10x times minus 3 is negative 30x. And at this point, you might wonder what we should do next. Well, we're going to do a log circle. There's a base of 10. I'm going to take 10, raise it up to the 2, and set that equal to 10x squared minus 30x. 10 squared is actually 100. So let's continue up here. We'd have 100 equals 10x squared minus 30x. And how about we subtract 100 from both sides? We're going to have, here's a 10x squared minus a 30x minus 100. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to divide everything by 10. Every single part gets divided by 10, and we'll have x squared minus 3x minus 10. And at this point, what we can do is actually realize that we're adding to negative 3, and we're looking for two numbers to multiply to negative 10. So we need to find a way to factor this. We're looking for two numbers. When they multiply, they should get negative 10. And when we add, we'd get negative 3. Well, hopefully it wouldn't take you too long to think of -5 and +2. -5 plus +2 is -3. The larger number must be a negative. You're going to multiply to -10. Then we're going to take these factors, set them equal to 0. We'll get, adding a 5, x is equal to a 5. Subtracting a 2, we're going to see that we get x equals -2. However, you're going to notice if you let x equal -2, you'd get a negative inside of your log. That doesn't check. You have to throw it out. You only have one answer, and that would be x equals 5. For our last one on this page, you're going to be given a formula. You know that your P is actually 1,000. Your R, please be careful here. We've talked about this in the past. 0.5%. Percent means to divide by 100. So we're really dealing with 0.005 for our R. Our N, we're compounded monthly. So N is 12. 12 times we get interest. And T is going to be 10. So the formula, if we just plug everything in, and we're going to essentially do this on the calculator. We just plug all these values in where we're supposed to. N is 12, and we have 12 times T. We take our calculator, and we just make it look exactly like this. Here's your 1,000. Say 1 plus, we'll go alpha y equals, and we'll type in 0.005. Bring that down here. We'll type in a 12. And hit that caret button, raise it up. It's 12 times 10. And when you hit enter, going to the nearest penny, you'd see $1,051.26. And that is it for page 7.